My name is David Ope, and I'll call myself an AI product innovator because that's the path I'm on at the moment. I don't know if I'm being heard. Is my speaker having issues? Sorry.
You're loud and clear.
All right. So, the brief intro about myself is that I'm an AI product innovator. That's who I prefer to be known as, because we're all learning as the AI evolution is going. We all need to keep and adapt with the trend. So, before us today, we have a topic, a very interesting topic that resonates with us, which is AI, like unlocking the power of AI, work smarter, not harder. So from the topic, every one of us should have like an insight of what we mean, which is what AI stands for, basically, which is artificial intelligence, working smarter, not harder. So we'll start. I prepared a PowerPoint presentation just so the work will be easier, because we're still on the matter of talking about working smarter, right? So with us here is a PowerPoint slide, which I'll start by giving a definition of artificial intelligence, because a lot of people hear artificial intelligence. Okay, what is it? Some people feel like it's robots. I know this is an interactive section. We're all going to be. I like the fact that we are all going to, share ideas just so we arrive at the point. You get me? But let me start by the pure definition of what artificial intelligence is. A lot of people feel like it's robots. A lot of people feel like it's machine itself, like Zeta projects or automated project like robots itself. But I was able to depict two definitions here of what artificial intelligence means, basically. So from Oxford's dictionary, Oxford defines artificial intelligence as the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think, learn, and make decisions like humans. So we could want to break it down. What that means, simulation of human intelligence in machines that program, because everything still depicts to human. Let's not forget. So IBM defines AI as the fusion of computer science and vast data sets to enable learning, reasoning, and autonomous action. That's what IBM defines AI as. But I mean, a lot of people have different ways of understanding things. Some people feel like getting 2 is 1 + 1. Some other people can say 2 - 0 is 2. So different ways. People can come over and say, okay, 4 - 2 is 2. It all depends on how we all think and how we all reason. The fact there is just to arrive at the answer. So I would say simply in the simplest form, where people can always, like when you're being asked what AI is, but a lot of people may not really get what the main definition is. From definition, we can be able to cut down to where we're headed to. So my own simple definition is that AI is simply digital systems that act intelligently. Okay, let's give examples. When, let's say, every business, every company all over the world have done good stuff by bringing up a good product that is helping everyone. So as long as that system acts intelligently, it's an AI. Whatever is smart, whatever acts intelligently is an AI. It's an artificial intelligence. So that's the basic definition. I would say that from that basic definition, everyone should be able to know that, oh, this is what it is what it is. So I went down to buttress that it's the science of teaching machines to handle the ordinary so we can focus on the extraordinary. AI and data inseparable. Data gives AI context and AI gives data life. So AI and data work hand in hand. So in other words, whatever have been trained meticulously with billions of data and can understand what a product or a process means is an artificial intelligence. It's a smarter approach to things, and that's the way we should all think when we remember, oh, what is artificial intelligence. I don't know if I've been able to break this down to like the lowest, to the least aspect for us to understand better. And then the next one is, the next slide here I have is working smarter, not harder. So working smarter is equals to repetition and volume. Everybody works, like some people define working harder as daily 2K, as they call it, going to the site and using gravel and shovel and trying to work hard. Yeah, that's like extremely hard work, but some people work harder because technology has risen from the bedrocks where it used to be to now, to the stage we are in now. Way back, I remember, I don't know how people were able to remember things. So from way back, we used to use phones that had antennas, right? So it was a thing, and people who use phones that had antenna were like, it was a flex. Yeah, so it was a big thing at the time, with SIM cards, very, very extremely costly. But with time, phones started coming up. We had the 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, and now we're headed for the 6G. So there's been meticulous increment in technology. Things are becoming way easier. We don't need to get on trees to get service now. We don't need to use a telephone anymore. We don't need to, like life is becoming easier, but yet harder. Why did I call it harder? Because with respect to the trends of the world, a lot of things are happening, believe me. So it's only nice for us to follow trends. It's only nice for us to be in, the same page where the world is at. So working smarter is equal to repetition and volume. Yeah. Working smarter is equal to insights, automation, and focus. So whatever would make the work lighter for us is what we should incubate. That's what working smarter is basically to me. So I like to break things down. Whenever I see a technical jargon, a big word, it's also only nice for one to just break it down and understand what this means, even if you're being woken up from sleep or from slumber. So the next bullet point here is AI allows analysts, students, and professionals to move from raw data to real-time decision making. Yes. And a typical example is, instead of finding it hard to get this. One second. So we all can see the example here. Instead of cleaning data set manually, we can always use different automated scripts to detect anomalies and forecast trends correctly. So that's that for working smarter. There are other examples. If I don't know if anyone in the house wants to throw an insight, because it's very, very allowed. You want to throw an insight on how you feel like this is a smarter approach that you've learned that has actually helped you work smarter. Because it may look like the job is easy, but there are more easier ways of doing things. I don't know if there's anyone who has anything to add or say in respect to this slide. Okay, no one. So I went further to describe how we use AI in different, I went just for 3 different times of our life, which is the morning, afternoon, and the night. So in the morning, I'll describe AI as our silent assistant, because we've just woken up, right? So AI as our silent assistant helps us in different categories, from Spotify to Apple Music, weather apps, Google Maps, Gmail, and then breakfast. So AI as our silent assistant in the morning. Obviously, some people like to listen to music in the morning, which AI has helped curate our playlists. So if you're if you're an Odumodu Black fan and you like to listen to his music and be a good fan of his, if you've listened to one of his musics and you listen to another one, at some point, your Spotify algorithm just keeps bringing up automotive music without you even having to next it or put on his music title. I don't know if any of us can attest to that. Like, it's a very, very interactive class. I don't know why people are not wanting. I want people who are going to be like, oh yes, because we are all vibing, we're all interacting. Yeah, so that's AI on Spotify in the morning as our silent assistant. The next one is as our weather app. So machine learning satellite data have been able to gather different weather conditions for like with billions of data over time for us to be able to depict when it's going to be rainy, when it's going to be sunny, like when the weather will be windy or when we'll be having snow. So this is as a result of data that have been trained, like billions of data that have been trained to understand, to learn, and obviously focus on weather readings over time. That's why our apps are able to tell us what happens at each and every point in time. In the morning, we just wake up, oh, it's going to rain in 2 hours. So we're able to know. So that's that for the weather app, as well as the Waze app. There's a new, I don't know if it's new anyways, but there's an app called Waze app, WAZE. It's an app that tells you what's on the road on Google Map, like what's on the road. So obviously it's been able to gather different traffic prediction and rerouting for you to know what's on the road. It tells you if the police is in 1 kilometer away from here, if there's an accident and 1 kilometer away from here, if there is a road construction going on in the next streets, if a lot of, if there's been an accident, if there's been a drought or flooding. So these are AI, like this is the way artificial intelligence has been able to impact in our daily life, the morning specifically. So Gmail as well, spam filter before coffee. Yeah. So sometimes we get emails and we're waiting on for emails like where is it? It's not coming to the inbox. So Gmail has been able to filter those emails and call them spam because they're not really coming from the right sources, or they're coming from unidentified URLs, or for some reason there have been links that are predicted to be phishing. So it just goes to the spam folder, and then if you don't check your spam folder frequently, you won't be able to find out that, hey, this mail I've been waiting for is down there. So this is the way AI, every company all over the world is integrating artificial intelligence, because you would not want to carry last. You would want to stay abreast of the game. You want to know what's happening. You want to, make your product scale in the best form. So the last one is by breakfast. AI has already made. So a lot of people use, like as I said earlier, a lot of people build products. A lot of people are seriously building product and I've come across one that helps you predict what you maybe from your preferences. It helps you predict what you'd want to have for breakfast. So this is me giving an example of AI as our morning assistant. The next one is AI in the midday as our personal guide. So in the midday, after listening to music, after checking the weather out, let's say we are just home that day, we're not working. So it's always nice for people to go on Instagram, TikTok. And when you go on Instagram, let's say you just talked about repainting your house, or you just talked about a birthday cake you're trying to get, and then boom, the ads are everywhere on your Instagram, they're everywhere on your TikTok. You'd be surprised to see, I've just talked about this. Is it that my phone is listening? Yes, if every phone has microphones routed to the algorithm of different applications, because we consented to them. When people get on new applications like TikTok, Instagram, they don't get to read the consent or the terms and conditions that are in every application. We just accept. I know a lot of people see long list of consent and terms and conditions. We just go rush and accept it. It's always nice to read it, to see, because they've asked you to consent to sharing your data to them. That's why they're able to give you that algorithm. You come up and you've just talked about a birthday cake, and boom, you're seeing birthday cakes everywhere on your TikTok. So that's AI as well, impacting the way our activity goes on in the midday. That's as per this slide. And then as well as, let's say we feel hungry, AI as well predicts demand and delivery times for wherever we've ordered, be it Uber Eats, Jumia, Konga, AliExpress. We've just ordered something, and let's say you've just ordered a lipstick or a lip gloss, and it's bringing in on more recommendation of, let's say, eyeliners and related stuff to lip gloss. So it's just them using artificial intelligence to impact the way their customers liaise with their products. So the third one is banking apps. Yeah, so we log into banking apps, and everybody, as I said, everybody, not a single company in the world now is left behind with the use of artificial intelligence. Like when I mean companies, I mean top companies. Every company, in fact, because people are trying to make their business stand out in the most way it can be. So banking apps as well are not left out. So when you have logged in, let's say you make use of Lloyd's Bank, or you make use of Access Bank. So you've always been in Lagos all your life. You've been logging in. By the time you maybe move to Cameroon or you move to Ghana, you travel on a vacation to Dubai. In Dubai, you're trying to log into your app to access money, and your bank is like, oh no, you have to verify, they have to send you a code, a 2FA authenticator code. These are ways banks are trying to detect fraud in real time, just so they know this is an outlier now, because a customer is trying to access us from a different IP. So they've detected it and they flagged it. So that customer actually verifies. Sometimes it leads to just blockage. They just block you for that, for a short time frame till you verify your info. So these are ways AI have impacted in our afternoon, in our midday period. Another one is self-driven cars. We've got loads of autonomous cars now, though none is in the UK at the moment because of the stringent policies here in the UK. But in the US, a lot of friends have said, they've been able to book an Uber in their house, and then the car comes in and no one is driving. They just hop on the car and then they're moving. So, and they could speak to the car, talk to the car to play any kind of music, talk to the car to drop them wherever they wanted. Yes, they still get paid. They still pay the service for the ride, but like it's a flex on its own, because no one is driving you and it's safe, because it's been able to train, like it has trained the routing of the maps. It has been able to train where the traffic lights are. It's been able to train, it can be able to detect where cars are at the front and at the back, as well as the lane positioning. Like it's crazy what artificial intelligence is doing at this time, as well as AI protecting your time and your wallets. I've made mention of that before. So that's AI in the media. I don't know if, just so it doesn't look like I'm talking. I don't know if anyone can share any example to buttress this fact, or anyone can, throw some light on how AI has impacted, like AI has been of help in either in the morning or in the midday. Yeah, someone has really, beautiful. So Semisola, yeah, you're welcome to throw light or say, add an example, please.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. David.
Good evening.
So I have like two examples.
All
First
right.
one would be, I think there's a flow app. I'm very sure girls know the app, flow app. It kind of measures like menstrual cycle. It tells you these are the likely period your menstruation is going to start. This is when your ovulation is starting and all that. So I can say that, does that fall under AI? I feel like it falls under
100%,
it because
101%.
it tells you.
100%.
So for the second one, I think there's an app where you snap your your food. If you're like doing a calorie deficit, all those things, you snap your food, it calculates the calorie and tell you, okay, this is so amount of calories in what you're about to eat. So I think those are the two things I could think of.
100%. Yeah, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very, 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 very much for that add-on. Yeah, that's a very good example. I've seen a lot of people, as I said earlier, a lot of people are doing a whole lot in this AI space because it's just basically trying to make life easier for everybody. Because in a case where people are, not working hard, now have different categories, because working hard is not just you going to the site, as I said earlier, not doing extraneous activities. You could be working on your system, but you're really working hard. You're not doing it right. There are other simpler ways of doing things to make life easiest for us. Like from way back, a lot of people write down in calendars their flow, their menstrual cycle, just to make sure they're staying intact with it. And then sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. But with an app that just beeps and you give it the information of, obviously it's been trained. The Flow app and so many others, I've come across others as well. The Flow app and others have been trained to understand what the female menstrual cycle is. So it's 8 days, 4 days on, you know what I mean? So with respect to body the way the body morphology is, you tell it from the first time you've had your last cycle, and obviously with the ML that's in it, the machine learning that's been trained and has learned from billions of data, not just one person's data, not just 100 person's data, from billions of data from the internet, from different sources. He understands what the average of a woman menstrual cycle is. So it's able to tell you, okay, this is an ovulation period, this is a time where this is a safe period of, so every of these applications come in with different AI prospects on how to enhance healthier living. Oh, someone wants to say something. Cynthia Dexterious.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about prompts. The way AI has really, really made everything simple for us.
Yeah.
We get to just type in, for example, the whole picture thing going on right now, where you don't have to go to the studio anymore to take professional photograph. You can just use an AI, give them exactly what you want, your prompt, and it will just give you that effect of, okay, I can't go to the studio, but I can get the studio picture right here on my phone, on my laptop. However, so it just made life easier that way too.
Yeah. Thank you very much for adding. Are you done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very, very much for adding that. Like 101%, you are in order, because we've got new, like at the time you sleep and wake up, something is popped up the internet that relates to prompt engineering. That's a difference, because people say AI are taking their jobs. I'm coming to that in the slide anyways. People say AI is taking their jobs. That's one of the cons of AI. Everything that has pros have cons. In life, everything that has pros have cons. We going out of the house is taking a risk. You being in the house is taking a risk. I don't know if you get what I mean. So in that regard, we have different companies, parent companies, coming up with different innovations. Like the one you just made mention of now is like the Sora AI. And they've also got the Nano Banana. So these guys are doing meticulous work in the innovation industry by bringing up real-time technology, by training, just so life is easiest for everyone. Yeah, that's 100% correct. So that's AI on our midday. Let me head on to AI as our entertainment curator in the evening. So I've just given slight examples of, I don't know if someone is on. Someone is on. Hello. Yeah, I'm talking. I mean, someone was had background noise. So yeah, the next one is AI in the evening as our entertainment curator. So I've given three. This is me giving three different ways AI has impacted in our lives, from the morning, the afternoons, and in the evening. So this is the evening one, which obviously we all know how AI has impacted to us in different times of our lives. So this is the evening. So more questions, not questions, actually more examples and more, add-ons are very welcome to this one. So A lot of people head on to dating apps in the evening when they are more calm, and they try to, find a match. They try to look for people around them who they can connect with. And these dating apps now have new AI integrations in them that helps people decide who next to see. Let's say new dating apps now, let's say you've been matching on, let's say a lady has been matching on guys that are 30 to 35 years old, or maybe dark skinned guys or muscular guys. And at some point, you keep getting that same flow. You keep getting, because you've matched this person like twice, and then you've matched that same preference twice, and then you're getting it more and more. So that is the app actually helping its users to, have a good end user experience in the application. That's what it is basically. So that's for dating apps. The next one is virtual reality. Some of us happen to go to resorts areas, or happen to own this PS5 VR, or happen to visit gaming entertainment centers where we put on the virtual reality glasses, and then we see different things. We see like 4G graphics, we see a movie or a very scary game or something. So this is artificial intelligence enhancing the way we create dynamic environments intelligently, and adding virtual characters. So the VR as well have AI integration in them. We also have gaming platforms that adjust difficulty in real time. So recently I bought a game, not like I'm really, really into much adventurous game, but it's a Marvel 4. And then the Spider-Man feature was really, really hard to pass. I got pissed. But at some point I found that you could actually reduce your difficulty. When you start playing a game with the inflow, if you're a gamer, you find out that the difficulty remains. Like, let's say you started with hard or medium, you keep playing medium. But at some point you find out while playing the game, you need to pass that side and you can't pass it, and it's pissing you off. What do you do? The next thing you do is to actually, you have a preference where you can reduce the difficulty right in the game. So they've been able to incubate that AI methodology by helping users not get pissed and leave the area. Because at that point I tried everything I could do, only to find out it wasn't working, till I saw the pop on that said, okay, you can actually reduce it to easy, and then boom, it was easy. So that is the company trying to add artificial intelligence to make life simpler for their users. So Netflix as well is one of them, is another example. Netflix, after watching a kind of movie, let's say you love Korean movies and you've just watched a series, the next thing, it keeps giving you more preferences, more recommendations from that kind of genre you've watched. So that is artificial intelligence helping us in the evening and our evening life. I don't know if anyone has anything to add. If I go to the next slide. Okay. So the next slide is the fears. As I said earlier, everything that has pros have cons. Everything in life that has pros have cons. So artificial intelligence is one of them. A lot of people have said in recent times that, oh, AI is going to take their jobs. Yes, definitely. AI will take the jobs of those that don't leverage AI, those that don't keep abreast to the innovation that is going on in the world. Like, you're not following trend. It's just like you rocking an old wig, and this wig, obviously everything has trend, everything has time. So at some point in the 90s, this wig was actually a go-to. Everyone rocked it, everyone was on flick with it, and it's now the early 2000s. The wig is still a little bit relevant, but shouldn't be rocked. Shouldn't be like, you could come to a party with that wig and you're like, oh, who is it? People are like looking at you that sort of way. Then now you're coming to the late 2000s, 2005, 2006. Nah, you can't put that on, and you're putting that on, that's you lacking behind. So it's synonymous to the use of AI. So if you're not staying abreast with the new methodologies going on in the world, you'll be you'll just be lagging behind. You won't measure up, and definitely AI will take your job. So behind, like here, we may are the fears, AI as a threat. So job displacements, automation, replacing routine work, reduce demand for repetitive roles, clerical, factory support. Yeah, so same as what I said. If you, in those years in primary school, those who were typists were like the hottest cake. I don't know if people, any of you know about shorthand. If you learned shorthand in business studies from way back. So if you did, you know, shorthand was a thing. It was a thing then at the time where we had to learn shorthand. Like, I can't even believe. So it was a thing in those years where you had to learn how to type on with typewriters, just, you know, to stay. Exam question papers were literally typed on that paper. Yeah, I saw it happen, and you know, that was a trend at the time. But at some point, like if you told someone, oh, your job as a typist, your job will be taken by when I say what's the word? Let me look for a very, very easy rule. By a virtual assistant, they won't believe, because now we've got QWERTY keypads, we've got analog and digital keypads for systems, we've got even screen touch system. People now type fast on keyboards on the system. They won't believe, like, you know, this is like they say human emanated from Homo sapiens, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, right? That's the science definition. So this is people lacking behind from what was from the, like, old age, stone age. You know what I mean? So a lot of jobs will be taken because AI would do the job. Like jobs like okay, let's say in recent times, like now I've given example of typists who would lose their job, because definitely there's nothing for a typist now. I'm sorry. The only way a typist can actually be relevant in this generation is if the typewriter is being put in a museum. That's what I would say, because if the typewriter has been put in a museum, people can come and be, oh, this is an artifact. These are, and you know, white people like some kind of weird stuff. They like to, oh, this is nice. Oh, I'd like to have you. They can pay much just to see that thing that doesn't work in their house. But you that uses it, that lends it, you just be in history. So that's it. But the job itself will be taken by someone who does it. That's old time. But in recent times, virtual assistants as well are being, like, it's very, very unfortunate that their jobs will be taken, because if you're a virtual assistant, what you do is you pick calls, or you're a customer service representative, you pick calls, you reply text messages, you manage queries, you reply emails, you try to, you know, de-escalate issues on the support desk side of things, of the business. Yeah, you're an IT person, yes, but I would say beginner stroke intermediate IT personnel. I'm sorry to announce to you, AI will take your job, because right now, chatbot just learns what the business does. You just tell the AI what the business is all about, like the business methodology, and then boom, it understands. Customers message the chat, and then the bot is so smart that it knows everything your business does. It's very, very, very easy to incubate. So this is why I'm like, and as well, they've also like they've got voice integrated to it. You could speak to the chat and it replies. An AI assistant speaks back and it tells you everything in plain English or whatever language you want it to be. It's very, very amazing. And as well as the downside, people's job will be taken, definitely. So in respect to my slides, I've job displacements, reduced demand for repetitive roles, clerical, factory support, all these jobs will be out of the scene. Skills gap, workers unprepared for new technologies, because yeah, there'll be skills gap because not everyone knows how to. One of our sisters here gave reference to the prompt saying, which is a new which is a new job niche on its own, where people have not leveraged that much. So prompting to the AI is a different, because you have to be smart enough. You have to be you have to have strong technical prowess for you to be able to prompt. You cannot be a dollar and you're trying to tell an AI. Humans, to be honest, in my own, I would tell you humans are 100% smarter than AI, because you tell the AI what to do. And if you're not able to tell the AI what to do, it won't give you the best of it. So the artificial intelligence has been there until people started giving prompts to the AI for it to bring out the best version of what they're asking. So the skills gap there is workers that are unprepared for the new technology, over reliance on automation, human judgment sidelined. Like as I said earlier, human judgment sidelined. If humans are taken out of it, oh, you want the AI to do it? Yeah, we'll start messing up at some point, because it still needs prompting, it still needs direction. It's just like what would I define it as? I always have something very, very easy to define words. So I'll say it's just like fire. It's just like fire. If you don't direct the fire properly, let's say it's just like this gas gun where you spark, boom, and it comes up in the oven. So if you don't direct it properly, it can burn something else. You understand? So as well as the ethical risk, the biases, the surveillance, and inequality. What do I mean by the ethical risk? So people often complain of artificial intelligence taking their data, which is a course on its own. The ethical aspect of AI, it's a course on its own. Yes, a lot of people rely on AI for many stuff, like their jobs, their company, a lot of information, personal information. You're giving it to an AI. You don't know who trained the AI. You don't know who owns the AI, because in as much as you've signed a lot of consent, you've signed a lot of terms and conditions, a lot of about, and how the AI operates. You've ticked I agree before you are allowed into it. You've given it your personal information, your bank information, your date of birth. Do you know this can be leaked to the dark web? This can have can keep you vulnerable for the rest of your life. A lot of people don't know. So that's the ethical aspect of artificial intelligence. It's a very, 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 it's a topic on its own, believe me, because so many people do not know about that aspect. Oh, a lot of people now are making use of I don't want to make mention of any name. Nano Banana, Sora AI, they're trying to make videos, do you know some people IDs are there? Some people's IDs are in the dark web, and if you know what I mean, you know that it's vulnerability. You can't have your information on dark web because it's it's crazy. It's very, very, very. People can take credit from your name. People can take loans from you with your name, with your information. So those are the ethical risks and biases that artificial intelligence have got. The next slide has to do with us, because it is me talking about the power of AI for data professionals, data analysts, and etc. So artificial intelligence is not replacing data analysts. It is elevating them. AI enhances how analysts collect, clean, and interpret and communicate data. So I started by giving key points on every aspect of what a data professional does, and with respect to artificial intelligence helping them, because this is like a question and answer segment, because I knew a lot of people would want to ask questions in this regard. How does artificial intelligence relate to me as a data analyst? I need to know how to go about it. So this is it now. So number one, data collection and cleaning. A lot of analysts spend almost, this is me giving an approximate fraction, almost 70% of their time preparing data. Yes, it can be a heck on its own. And then AI automates repetitive tasks like missing value detection, data matching, and reduplication. So an example, tools that can help a data analyst in data collection and cleaning is Trifacta. We all can look out for it, because these are tools that are actually embedded to help for data collection and data cleaning. Trifacta, you can look it up on Google, OpenAI Codex, or Python AutoML libraries automatically clean messy data. So for myself, yeah, I have a master's degree in data science and AI. I use Jupyter Notebook, and then obviously import, though it was, I'll call it working harder, but now we've got really sophisticated tools that can help clean data, collect data and clean data. So these are examples of them. We can save it down, we can try them, we can make use of them. So the last one I made mention of here, which is the Python auto machine learning libraries, are like you importing different libraries on, then I used to use import libraries on Jupyter Notebook, which is very essential for calling dependencies, importing matplotlib. Like this is a process of you training like big data. That's just what it is, big data. I don't want to go use any other term that is not technical. So yeah, I've made mention of the examples of the tools that can help, as well as the predictive analysis and forecasting. So when you're trying to predict, descriptive and predictive is different. So the descriptive is you saying, you're describing something. Describing something is like how, and then the predictive is like the when. So as I said earlier, I like to break things down to the smallest crumb, just so anyone can just understand basically. So the predictive analysis and forecasting aspect has to do with machine learning models, analyzing historic data to forecast future outcomes. An example is a retail data analyst that can use AI to predict sales demand or customer churn. In finance, AI model forecasts stock movement, detect fraud, and optimize portfolio risk. And in healthcare, predictive AI models identify risk, disease risk, and using patient data patterns. So I've got a whole GitHub repository on this for those who want it, because this is a revamped way of analyzing big data. This is a way data, because like data is huge, it's enormous. So there are different kinds of data, there are different kinds of analytics. So depending on the one you want to handle. So on my GitHub repo, I have loads of projects, like over 25 at the moment, that one can actually go and you can go and use fork it, like use the F4 key by actually making something out of it, making your own project out of it as well, because it will help you from the use of every machine learning methodology, from importing the libraries to analyzing and giving recommendations to the data. So this is the predictive analysis and forecasting aspect. The next one is natural language processing, which is how AI can help analysts convert complex data into plain language reports. Example, PowerBI Copilot, Tableau GPT, summarizing the dashboards in natural English. So this is a very enormous way AI can help data analysts. And a lot of people have been waiting for this aspect, because we know Power BI, but there's also a Power BI Copilot. A lot of people use Tableau to analyze data and make data come out with the sweetest UI stroke UX experience for users. But there are also GPTs for it that makes it way easier, and they should be tried. It makes you not work hard, it makes you work smart. So like in that case, we can have sales increase by 12% due to rising demand in Nairobi and Lagos. And this bridged the gap between data experts and business leaders. So the AI that can be used here for natural language processing, the NLP, is, and a good example is the Power BI Copilot and the Tableau GPT, and many others, but these are just like the go-to ones that are very easy, and they're all free. They're all free to use. The next one is the number 4 there is the real-time analytics and decision support. So this is real-time. Obviously, everyone knows real-time is exactly like right now, any data that is gotten, how it can be automated. So let me read down the bullet points. AI enables streaming analytics insight as events happen. Example, a logistics firm uses AI dashboard to track delivery trucks and adjust routes instantly. Banks use real-time detection fraud algorithms to flag suspicious transactions within seconds. So I've given examples of this before, how businesses use real-time analytics to, help their businesses, because no one wants to lag behind, as we made mention of. So a logistics firm would definitely use AI dashboards with different Power Queries. If you're coding on SQL, there are SQL Power Queries to help automate the data in real time. So you could prompt a SQL or Power Query scripts on the DAX there, where you can actually get the data from your CSV file or from your Excel sheet, and then it comes up in real time, 15 minutes. Like my roles, I've done it in such a way, it comes up in 15 minutes. You could prompt it to come up in 1 hour, depending on how much data is involved and what the business entails. So that is artificial intelligence helping. It's never been done before. It's a way of helping us work smarter. Another example, I went further to give more examples just so we are on the same page, so we understand how AI can help from cleaning, from predictive analysis to real-time analysis, and then the visualization and storytelling. So every data analyst is a storyteller. Every data analyst needs to have good visualization, just so people that are not in the technical background, that's what they understand what the technical jargon is. That's just what it is. You tell them, you use your line graphs, you use your pie charts to make it well concise, just so everyone is on the same page. You explain critically. So AI can help with using tools like DataRobot, Zoho Analytics, and PowerBI AI visuals. They automatically suggest charts, they detect outliers, and identify correlations. So this is a major example of the tools that can be used for visualization and storytelling, and they should be given trials if we've not been trying them. So another example is, instead of manually exploring data, AI can recommend use a scatter plot, variable X strongly correlates with Y. So I make use of this scatter plot mostly in the data science, big data analysis. So there are different types, scatter plot, forex tree. There are so many where AI can actually tell stories by charts. We've got heat map as well. We've got so many confusion metrics, etc., etc. So there are loads of them where people can actually. So heat map is because I have a prior background I have a BSc in geology and mining. So I worked with a lot of exploration data. I worked with a lot of stratigraphic data. I worked with a lot of seismic data. So I worked with more heat maps and confusion metric, because it's all about telling you where the oil is and the soil, like the petroleum, particular organic matter, where it is, how it can be gotten, the depth, and what have you. So I made use of heat maps more. And then it's really having a data science assistant sitting by. Okay, so that's also an example. It's like having a data science assistant sitting by you. And the key insight is AI empowers data analysts to move from reporting what's happened to explaining why it happened and predicting what will happen next. So that's the work of a data analyst. So every data analyst should be able to give business recommendation, not just building a dashboard, not just showing what this dashboard is all about. You should be able to help the business as well. That's what you're paid for. Even in big companies, you don't just give them dashboards and okay, that's a dashboard. You need to give business recommendation, and that's how AI can also help in that regard. So I made an example case study from my previous. I had a summit with a Kenyan brand. So I use Twiga Food. So Twiga Foods uses AI analytics to match farmers with retailers and forecast demand. So they make use of artificial intelligence. They are a big brand in Kenya. that actually match farmers with retailers. And then they use this demand analytics to do it. So Safari.com as well uses AI to analyze customer data for churn prediction and personalized offers. So loads, these are just a few examples, loads and loads and loads of businesses around us use AI models to help upscale their business, because nobody wants to carry last, nobody wants to be behind in this whole evolution. That's why there is uprise of AI professionals, there's uprise of AI products analysts, there's uprise of AI architectures, there's uprise of AI innovators, those that can add spice, those that can bring AI engineers, like name it. So many roles are coming up from the AI sphere because the world is going artificial intelligence. The world is going smarter. No one's carrying last. The next one is choosing the right tool. So with hundreds of AI tools available, the goal is not to use them all, definitely not. It's to choose the one that truly aligns with your goals and workflow. The best tools simplify your work and not complicate it. It should feel like digital teammates, silent, fast, and reliable. Always begin by asking, what problem am I trying to solve? And then the right tool depends on your answers. So for my previous slides, I've been able to give different examples part two, because I know there will be loads of questions on that regard, from the cleaning aspect to the analytics aspect to the predictive aspect to the real-time analytics. They're all in the previous slide. So this is us choosing the right tools for everything we want to do. And I also gave different bullet points on them. Number one is for writing, planning, and research. So we have the ChatGPT, which is the most, I would not say the most used AI. I'm not farming anybody, but they are the most used from what people, everybody, even when people ask about what's AI? Oh, ChatGPT. But it's not, because they've actually upscaled themselves to be in that, to be in that ground they are in now. So we've got ChatGPT, we've got Notion AI, we've got Jasper AI that helps you generate ideas, summarize research, and structure reports. So people use them to write blog posts, people use them to write reports, people use them to revamp their CVs, as well as summary minutes. So a student can summarize a 20-page article into key points using ChatGPT. I did not make mention of every other one because we've got loads and loads and loads, and more are coming up every day, believe me. So we've got Grammarly, we've got Zero GPT. So there are different AI for writing, planning, and research. So the Zero GPT would help. A lot of people will find it not useful yet until maybe they're trying to do their MSc dissertation, they're trying to do their research, and then there's a thing called plagiarism. When you're writing, you cannot copy someone's work verbatim. So in that regard, you need to cut off everything that looks like a semblance of that person's work. And what do you use? Zero GPT. So a lot of people are thinking out of the box on what to produce, how to help in different niches. So different products help. So a friend of mine as well developed an app called Ask Your PDF. It's also an AI automated app that helps people. He analyzes every PDF file. Like, it was new at the time, but I know now it's not like very, very catching the ears because we now have so many AI applications. So that's that for writing, planning, and research. The next one is for design and branding. So we've got loads and loads of tools for design and branding. We've got Canva Magic Studio, we've got Adobe Firefly, we've got Gamma, we've got the Sora AI that is making waves everywhere now. We've got the Nano Banana, we've got so many. I know if I ask for more examples, I'll get many. A lot of people use different AIs to, for design and branding. That's why you see where the photographer is scared now, because definitely there is no photographer now that is not scared, believe me, because years of expertise, years of work, years of technical know-how on how to use the camera or how to use the camera properly. A common trend has come and is taking away their food off their mouth. So what do you expect from them? The only way a cameraman or a photographer can actually stay abreast with what's happening now is to actually imbibe the culture. If you cannot beat them, join them. That's just what it is. So a typical example is them turning the text prompt into visuals, like one of our sisters made mention. Prompting is a major prompt engineer is a career on its own, because you being a prompt engineer is a way for you to actually, you must be a smart person, you must be it must know, I would not say English, because you could be Spanish and you're prompting in Spanish, you understand? So you must be very intelligent, you must be very, very upskilled to the extent where you can use grammar properly. You know what I mean? So it's very, very, very vast. So turning prompts into visuals, presentations for or marketing materials. These tools and many others help designers and marketers create faster without losing creativity. Example, a business owner types clean tech flyer and gets it ready to edit, like just like this, even with the use of GPT, even with the use of Gemini AI, like a lot, it's a lot. So designing, branding, video cover, like even cinematography, like now it's like with the flick of a finger, artificial intelligence can read sources online, can read sources from Reddit, from Google, so many sources all over the internet, and then depict a perfect graphics for you. So that's the work of AI. Another one is for data and analytics, which is the Power BI Copilot I made mention of, the Tableau GPT I made mention of, as well as ClickUp Brain, etc. We've got so many. We've got HubSpots, Copilots. We've got I can think of my head, like there are so many that give, and we've got the GA4. Yeah, I made use of the GA4 for one of my applications I founded myself, the GA4 Analytics owned by Google. They've got a very, very incredible AI. So I make use of that just to get traction and insights. So these examples I've made mention, they automate chart creation, they detect outliers, and then they explain trends in natural language. Example, when you ask Power BI Copilot why the sales drop in Q3, you get an instant data explanation. These tools let data analysts focus more on insights and less on manual reporting. Like this is class. So the next one is for productivity and collaboration. We've got Notion, we've got ClickUp, we've got Otter.ai and Clockwise, etc. We've got so many AI applications that help with our productivity. We've got the Flow app. We've got so many. We've got so many. They manage tasks, they manage meetings, they manage team workflows, and then they also summarize meetings. They highlight. Okay, we've also got an AI in Zoom, text to speech or speech to text rather. So everything, let's say everything we've been talking on this call now can actually be on text, and it could help people who are going to watch later, because everything can go word for word. You know, let's say we are speaking English now, or I'm speaking English. Someone who's in Spain can actually have a Spanish interpretation of what we've spoken. That's flex, that's class. No one needs to come and start, oh, this is English, I'm not watching that. Everything is easier. So these are examples of different applications that help the team workflows. This is me breaking it down again. Example, Otter AI records and transcribes team meetings, saving hours of manual notes. Like this Otter AI, we've got many. Zoom has got theirs. So that's that for the productivity and collaboration. The next one is skills of the future. So skills of the future I've made mention earlier: adaptability, and continuous learning, digital literacy, that's basic AI awareness for all, creativity and problem solving. AI can't replace imaginations, no. AI can only do the job, but they are not smarter than humans, 100%, because we give the AI was trained out of our knowledge. It was trained out. We learned our process, learned our intelligence. So it can't replace imagination. It can't replace how you think. People in Nigeria say, you dey kaku too much, you dey kaku. AI cannot kaku. AI is dumb to me, believe me. I would say AI is dumb if you don't actually give it a life. So it's just like a spirit roaming. Yeah, it's not like a spirit roaming. And when you give it a body, this is me talking literature now. I'm not saying I believe in spirits, but it's just like a spirit roaming. And then you give it a body, a host, and then it comes and boom, it can start manipulating. If you're a big fan of sorcery movies and yeah. So that's that on the creativity and problem solving. We've got emotional intelligence and leadership. Those are the skills for the future. Data literacy and critical thinking, as well as prompt engineering, as well as data architecture, as well as data engineering, AI products. Like there are so many. The basics is all about learning, upskilling, creativity. So those are the skills for the future. So balancing the equation, I made a very short equation for those that, like, from the government needs to, put up rescue programs and fair policies on citizens and netizens. Businesses have to deploy responsible automation and worker transition support. So every business needs to help their staffs by giving them a good platform for upskilling. Individuals as well have to upskill and embrace AI as a tool, not an enemy. You have to be able to learn and stand with the pace AI is going. So I went down to make a point on AI can analyze, but only people can empathize. Empathy is a big thing. AI doesn't have empathy. It can predict, but only humans can lead. We are the ones to tell it what to do. We are the ones to prompt it right. We are the ones to make it bring quality results. If an AI just starts blabbing, believe me, it's dumb. If you don't tell it the best things to do. The power of technology means nothing without purpose, creativity, and emotional intelligence. So AI may calculate faster, but you can create meaning. That's why we have to work with artificial intelligence. So this slide is talking about one of my contributions to the AI space, which is Rosie Jobs. Rosie Jobs isn't just global. Rosie Jobs is local and personal. So I founded Rosie Jobs, which is from the URL getrosiejobs.com. It's an AI-driven job assistant. For now, we're on Telegram because of Meta strict policy. And it's also accompanied with an AI resume builder. So in a nutshell, without reading all this, what's Rosie Jobs? Rosie Jobs is an AI automated chatbot that is on WhatsApp that gives you streamlined jobs from the comfort of Telegram. All you need to do is just start a chat with it. It knows your name. You ask the kind of roles you want. So for Nigerians and Africans, we do not have a recognized, when I say recognized, like a job board that stands out. So for that case, we're making use of international job boards for now till I get more collaborations with job boards in Nigeria and Africa. So in that regard, people in Nigeria can actually apply for jobs with the use of my application on Telegram by following the prompt. There are easy prompts now that doesn't have to, you don't have to get stuck on using it. There are prompts that helps you when you're applying for remote jobs as data analyst, as BI analyst, analytical roles. There are so many names, systems analysts. So you just have to apply remotely to companies. And you know how job search is. The more you keep applying, the more chances you have to get in the job. And on my website as well, I've got an AI resume builder. If you've got a CV before, it helps you revamp it, makes it better, makes it more UI UX friendly to the employers. Because in 100 CVs, a lot of people's CVs get declined because their CV formatting is not nice. It's not nicely done. It doesn't beat the ATS system. What's the ATS system? Applicant tracking system, such a way that in 100 applicants, some people's CV are very, very, they just don't want to see what the person has to bring. But if you package yourself properly and your CV is looking very delightful, everyone is very happy. Let's say it's got a layer, it's just like a proper website. Your CV should look like one, just so they're very happy and want to know. They want to know more. They want to invite you. They want to see what you have to bring. That's how close you have to get in the job. So that's just an insight on job getting. So Rosie Jobs is here for everyone. Everyone can make use of it. And I've said that's the URL for it anyways. So the next slide is, I think this is a conclusion aspect, the future outlook stroke my final thoughts. So number one is that my thoughts shouldn't be AI versus humans. It should be AI with humans or humans with AI. I use humans with AI first because we come first, versus AI, humans without AI. I don't know if anyone understands. I'll come back again. So my final thought is AI. My final thought is not AI versus humans. It should be humans with AI versus humans without AI. I hope that's very explanatory. So what this means is humans and AIs are not fighting. Like you're not trying. You shouldn't try to measure up with it because you're smarter than. It's just like you seeing a competition and you knowing that, hey, I'm bigger and better than this, and I'm gonna smash this. You know, you kill this. So why are you coming to try and equal to that thing? You should work with it to make life easier. You should not see it as a competition. That's humans with AI. Humans should collaborate more with AI, should imbibe the culture of artificial intelligence. So you work smarter, so life is better, so you don't get chased out of your job. Because when a lot of people lost their job in Microsoft recently because Microsoft found reasons why they were not needed anymore. But there are some people who actually had claims of taking artificial intelligence courses and leveling up. The company has to give them a second thought by having them around because they know what they are bringing to the sphere again. So that is humans with AI, and then humans without AI. Those are not leveling up. Those are not trying to stay with the quota that AI is bringing. They will definitely get laid off. So the next one is the future of work is hybrid. Humans bring creativity, empathy, leadership. AI brings speed, scale, data power. So an AI can never be a leader. AI can never be empathic, and AI cannot understand human feelings, and AI cannot bring creativity. Humans bring these things. And then when humans bring creativity, and creativity meets speed, definitely is excellence. When empathy meets scale, which AI brings, definitely it's top-notch equivalence of what has been imputed. So humans need to work with AI to bring the best results. And then number three, the winners will be those who embrace, adapt, and evolve. I made mention of this earlier. Number four is AI is both a threat and an opportunity. We've made mention of the pros and the cons of AI. So it can be a threat if you don't take chances, if you don't embrace, if you don't adapt and evolve with the trends of AI. That's if it to be a threat, but it will be an opportunity when you've done your due diligence, by leveling up with artificial intelligence, by taking courses, by staying abreast, by making use of it. It kills downtime, it increases productivity, and etc. So the fifth one is the threat lies in inaction, the opportunity lies in adaptation. So thank you. AI is already shaping our everyday life, and the floor is very, 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 very open for discussions, for more examples, more insights, as well as questions. So let's have it.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much. I enjoyed the class so much. I learned a lot. It was insightful. Thank you so much. Everything was well detailed. Okay, so time for questions. Do you have any question? Any question?
I mean, in as much as it was very, very, very explanatory, I know some people should have. Oh, someone has raised his hand, so someone should have like something to add. There should definitely be an add-on. We all learn, yeah. So let's have it from Ubi Nathaniel.
Hi, good evening, Mr. David.
Hello, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very
All
well.
right. All right. So once again, thank you for an informative session you had with us about the
Welcome.
importance of artificial intelligence. I have a question. So let's say I want to know what is actually the importance and what the particular role artificial intelligence plays with blockchain technology.
Blockchain technology. Okay, please can you throw more light so I understand what you mean? What aspect of
All right.
blockchain I see? Is it the let me hear dead gems? Let me hear from you.
All right. So when I talk about blockchain technology, I'm talking about, let's say, the part in that sense of degen trading, normal trading. I will probably go to, let me say, alphas, layer one, layer twos. I don't know. I want you to just touch around those areas and how AI can actually help.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your question. But as I said earlier on, for every technology or any product that has scaled, for every company that has come out to, render a service that people have imbibed, there's always a smarter approach to it, which is artificial intelligence, which is a role artificial intelligence is playing. So in that regard, for the blockchain aspects, which is a network that, load billions of transactions occur on, which we've got ICO, which we've got degens, which we've got loads of projects, NFTs, what have you. There are always ways of smartly approaching it. So it's either this discourse is all about AI and work, how we can work smarter. But for this, your question is either you're trying to say artificial intelligence can help with trading 101% because you could train data sources from different let's say crypto like predictive analysis from different crypto sources over time. From today we've just hit an all-time high, right, from crypto. Yeah, so from different sources, how crypto has actually digressed, gone up and down, and then where we are today. So it can actually from training these models, we can actually give traders a platform for guiding them when to short and long. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like a lot of traders have difficulties on when to short and when not to, because it's like gambling on its own. So an ML can actually be trained, and which we give traders, okay, at so time, with respect to holidays, with respect to calendars, because it's noted that in Chinese holiday, there's definitely there are dips. So stuff like these trends and patterns that have happened over time can actually help in depicting how artificial intelligence can affect crypto, not just the blockchain aspect. I don't know if that answers your question, or you want me to throw more insight, or you have a particular place you want me to talk about?
You've answered my question. Thank you
Answer
very
the
much.
question.
That was
Yeah, but I don't know. Let me ask. I don't know if there is an app already in that niche that helps traders, that helps noobs and traders to actually know when to sell and when not to. I don't know if there is any.
okay.
Is there any?
I don't think there's anyone, not that I've heard of, but I don't think there's anyone. I did my research this year and I don't think there's any. It was actually in plans though. I heard about plans for that application, but everybody's just talking about planning, but nobody has executed it.
All right. So, to be honest, this is a very, very, like as I said earlier, I introduced myself as an AI product innovator. So I'm out now building and I know this is a niche that a lot of people will imbibe because definitely it's training sources. I have lots of projects that from health to fitness to road accident, like a lot. It's just I have an application that can help road accident reduce. So it's all about training data from different data sources that will help predict. From in the rainy season, the accidents used to be like this, or like it's just about training patterns from billions of data, and they're not. They can't be done with our normal with the basic laptop. It has to be done with a laptop with a high GPU, and this runs on serious epochs. But it's something I'm going to note down, the aspect of AI in blockchain. I will read up about it and I'll put it down because I know it's something that would be very, very, very vital. And it's not a niche that is very, not too many people
Yeah,
in it.
it's not a niche that people are going for. That's actually why I'm actually going towards that route, because we have just few blockchain analysts and they're not making noise. They're just eating their money and not making noise. So I'm actually dedicating most of my time going towards that. It's not really easy, but nothing in this life is
Sure.
Thank you very
much. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for your contribution. Any more question or contribution or example or add on? Because we're all, it's an interactive class. Let's all say something to add to it, even if you don't have question. I know it's very self-explanatory. Okay, Vivian, China.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for the wonderful presentation. My question is about the pros and cons of using AI as a data analyst.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the ethical aspect. The ethical aspect. When do you draw the line when using AI?
When do you draw the line? Okay.
Like you said, we can use AI to clean data.
Yeah.
And the rest. And some people will say using AI to clean data, giving like a company data to AI is wrong.
Yeah.
So I want you to throw more light on that. Thank you.
Right. You're welcome. So as I said earlier on, the ethical aspect of artificial intelligence is it's a course on its own. It's a very huge course with like a very gigantic one. So every company, especially in the US, in the UK, in the other parts of Europe, don't just use consent for their data sharing, for their data training and what have you. So they always send out contents, agreements, terms and conditions. So for every artificial intelligence app one is using, an aid app, there's always a consent form for you to read. Many of us don't read it, and we are all guilty of it because it's very, very voluminous. When you just pick up, let's say you're new to Sora AI. Now everyone is shouting, oh, AI can make video, AI can make a movie, you can be all right. You've overheard the hype, you want to try it, and you're trying it now. And once you've signed up, you just put in your info. You've seen a consent form. You didn't even read it, you just sent it, and boom, you're there, and you've sent it your picture. You can send it more other things. I mean, this is a very, 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 very. I know in some parts of Africa and Nigeria, we don't take things for things. We don't. Someone can just come up to you and, okay, a friend was telling me she was in the mall, the area of the mall, and they were content creators trying to forcefully make content with her. Like, why? Like stop it, you have to leave me alone. They're still making the videos, they're still making, like, she's not consenting to this thing, and you're forcing her on your camera. Do you know you can have approximately 10 years of your life without working with the money you've cashed out from lawsuits by that stupid act made by that person? A lot of people are not educated, and education is not just by you going to school. You can have degrees and you're not educated, you're not sound upstairs, because some people don't know what consent is all about. So in this regard, where you're using company data, you're using any kind of data, there's always a terms and condition, there's always a consent form that you must have read and you've synced into it that, oh, I attest, I agree that I'm going to do this, I agree. That's why the free ones, if you notice, ChatGPT is still free for some reasons, and people are like, oh, okay, they're using it. Did you read the terms for it being free? Nope. Many people did not. And you're just giving it your data, you're giving it a lot of things. People don't care about their data actually, because maybe they feel like, how much do I have that my data will be? You know, your data can be trained. Let's say, okay, this may sound weird, but some people send ChatGPT even pictures of private stuff. Yes, let's say they woke up to having an acne or a boil somewhere in some part of their body, and they're like, chats, what is this? Explain. Like, it's really weird because that data has been incubated with other data to solve one problem for them and not you, and you claim and you don't know. It's giving you your answer, yes. It's giving you your answer that is not 100% correct, because chat is not 100% correct. It's dumb based on what you've asked. You could ask it a question and it answers you in another way. A typical example of prompts is, if we're three, let's say, I know I'm still answering the question, but I like to give different examples. Sorry if I'm deviating a bit. So if we're 2 or 3 people asking a question, me, well, let me click on somebody. Me, Vivian, and Princess Josh. We are 3 people. We are asking the questions to chat. We have a birthday coming up, and we have a friend of ours who wants to surprise for that birthday. And Princess have come and said, okay, hi chats, give me a birthday recommendation for EDTS. Good. Chat to say, hi, all right. This is blah 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 blah. Vivian has come and said, okay, chat, please give me a birthday recommendation for EDTS. Last year, she was giving a perfume fragrance that she liked. This year, I'm still thinking of the one that resonates with her better. She's a flower lover. She likes chocolates, and she doesn't like traveling in summer. Like, this is you breaking down. This is prompting. You're breaking it down for the dumb bot to understand what it is. So there's always going to be different answers. The first answer now could be quite basic. It could give you an answer, you'll be like, oh, that's good, as this is a birthday. But if Vivian gave the prompts to chat now saying, oh, this is what, this is what she likes, this is what she doesn't like, this is the one that really made her excited, you know, it gives the bot to gather more sources from different data sources online from where it learns from, and then gives you a very, 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 not presuming anymore, but a very, very descriptive analysis of what it is. So that is the same thing that happens when we consent to giving out our data. So what most companies do, what most big companies do, is they pay, because no one is running any service for free, believe me. Any service that is free is just maybe open source, and they are looking out for the bigger picture. But companies like GPT make serious money from collaborating with companies. So let's say like GPT, Gemini, they have free sources, right? People use their data, people ask questions. Chat, what is this? Help me solve this. Help me write this paper. It does it for you for free. Good. But your data is not safe, sorry to say, because your data is amongst the other data they use for training. But the bigger companies, the private big multi-billion dollar companies in the world, collaborate with these AI aids like GPT, like Gemini, like Sora, like Nano Banana, to help them. So in that guys, they fill forms, they sign SLAs. What is SLAs? Service licensing agreements. They sign terms and conditions. They sign like procurements, like loads and loads of paperwork on their data compliance. They must be ISO compliance. Like it's a lot of paperwork, because it's just like in the healthcare, the NHS here. If a patient data is leaked, the patient can enjoy for 20, 25 years of his or her life, because that's a huge platform for. It's just like, not me. I'm a patient. My name is Charles Abraham, and I have different medical conditions, from this to that to cancer to this to loads of them, and boom, my data is online. And I don't care. All I know is I was in this hospital and these guys have my data. And so for some reason it's been leaked. So now I'm going to file a lawsuit against them, and I'm going to cash out definitely, because there is evidence. So now the company, the NHS now would now have to file their data sources for leaking data. So that's where that's just the the range of how much our data should not be leaked. So for everyone who is wanting to be careful with using, yes, as a data analyst, you can actually use AI for company data, but you must have a good terms and condition with them. You must be in a very good affiliate relationship, through partnership with them. You must have a good service licensing agreement partnership with them, just so your data is safe. And you can't have those partnerships without
connections.
You can't have those partnership without you paying, because it's obviously a paid service. In their paid services, now you now feel some other consent from reading the form. You will not see when they say, okay, your data is safe with us. We will not train it for the reason that you have paid. So terms and conditions really matter. Consensual agreements really, really, really matter. So I don't know if I've answered your question. I think it was Vivian that asked. Hello. I don't know who asked. Was it Vivian that asked?
Yes, sir. You have. Thank you very much.
I don't know if I'm all right. You're welcome.
Hello?
Someone is raising hands. Woji Felista.
Yes, thank you very much. I wanted to ask, how much can we trust the analysis that we do with AI? Like, I remember when I was in school, we were told that some of the properties of data, the data has to be consistent, has to be efficient, has to be unbiased. So the data you claim with AI, is it consistent? Is it efficient? Is it unbiased? Can you trust it? Like, can you trust it for you to make decisions with it? That's my question.
Thank you very, very much. All right, now, so as I said, we're in a learning spree. We're all trying to, I like to depict things like in the most basic for those so everybody understands, and me too, I understand better. So I'll throw back that question at you as well. When you're trying to write an essay or you're trying to write a response to AI, do you trust what AI gives you back?
Well, to an extent, I'll try to understand what's the response. I'll try to put myself in AI's shoes to, okay, I'll then ask myself, is this what I'm going to answer if someone asks me this question?
Mm-hmm. So, do you know you've answered your question now? Let me tell you how. So, in this regard, in as much as you're using artificial intelligence, I said, if you listen properly, I said AI is dumb. A chatbot is dumb. These are things that are basically learning from us, human beings. They're learning from our knowledge, they're learning from our sources. They're only smart when we incubate the right prompts to them. So, an artificial intelligence, letting artificial intelligence clean your data, give you a good like check for outlier, check for inconsistencies, check for missing columns, what have you. You still need to have strong, keen eyes of details. You still need to be very, very, you still need to look out for it and find out, oh, he did it well, he did not. Don't just glance around, like see what it has done, check, 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 check. And then you find out that, oh, it didn't do this properly. Then you correct it. I like the fact that you answered that question I threw back, because you don't trust what the answers chat has given you or an AI has given you. You don't trust it. You still have to check and say, oh, it still needs some tweaking. It still needs some, I need to remove this. The AI is doing too much. Did I ask you to do this thing? So that is the same thing that has to do with the data analysis. It still needs to be human. It still needs to, you're smarter, you're more intelligent than it. It's just an aid. It's just something that is helping out. It's just like, how would I define it as? Like, look for the simplest thing. It's just an aid. You're still the boss. You're still smarter. So all you need to do is just tweak it. It does the errand for you. And then you use your human empathy and know, oh, I'm not supposed to say this. I'm supposed to do this better. So that's it. It still needs human intelligence to be able to get it properly. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So I don't know if we've got any more questions or contribution or add-ons.
Any more question? Okay, so in the absence of none, I want to thank you, sir, Mr. David Obi, for the wonderful section. It was very interactive. It was fun. I learned a lot. You carried everyone along. We could all understand each point as a data analyst, how we can leverage AI, the do's and don'ts. And now we know that we're going to take our data seriously, right? Data privacy is something that we need to take serious in Nigeria. And we as data analysts as well, now we know that, okay? So my take home was that AI is not here to take away your job, but data analysts who can make use of AI are the ones that are going to take away your job if you, as a data analyst, you do not learn how to leverage or use AI. So very quickly, I'd love us to write our take home. We're going to make a post about our take home, what you have learned. from this wonderful section so that other people can also learn from the knowledge you have gained, right? So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. David Obi. We appreciate you, and we hope we have more of you with us.
Yeah.
All right.
Very much, everybody. Bye.
So the team, what do you have to say before we call it a day?
What do I have to say?
No, the team, what do you have to say what do you have to say to Mr. David before we call it a day?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you
you.
very much,
God
sir. We
bless
appreciate you.
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
It was an insightful section. Thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Thank Okay. So good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye.